Alrighty, so in my last video, I did an overview of all the stuff I got. I spent $200 on, or actually it was $250 on a whole bunch of vintage electronics, parts, and ham radio parts. Most of it was parts. I did get two cases of tubes, vacuum tubes, and there was actually a vacuum tube tester. So that's going to be another video. And so if you guys want to see something like that, make sure you like and subscribe so you can stay up with what I'm doing. And otherwise, I'm just kind of documenting what I'm doing and keeping myself accountable with listing on eBay and stuff. And yeah, so here we go. First item is this power supply for audio amplifier. Let's see, it's brand new in the box. And it looks like the documentation is in there and everything. Box is a little beat up, but I'm pretty sure something like this would go for a little bit of money on eBay. You know, maybe 15, 20 bucks. I've sold stuff like this before used, and it sits for a while, not like a super long time, but stuff like this will sell. What else did we get? We got a metronome block module, and I'm not sure what that is, but I'm sure it's not the most expensive piece I have here in this lot. In fact, I probably want to find more pieces like this and make lots of brand new vintage electronic components like this. Let's see, what else do we got? And I haven't looked at any of this stuff, by the way. So, and I haven't looked any. I mean, I looked at it when I was putting it on the table, but I haven't looked any of it up or really gone through it. So now we have a Supreme Chuck, whatever that is, model 6B. And it's in a nice old box, so that's pretty cool. Whoever buys this might be a collector. But it's a rigid, so that's a pretty popular brand at Home Depot, I think, rigid. And then Supreme, so it must be like, you know, rigid back in the day, maybe, I don't know. And then it came with a chuck. And then this piece looks like it goes into the top here, because this thing probably goes into a drill press or something. As I drop everything everywhere. All right, what else do we got? This here is a heavy duty residential cooler pump. Oh, for an evaporative cooler. And it's brand new in the box. The plastic wrapping is in pretty bad shape, but the cord is still wrapped up nice, so I don't know. Should sell on eBay. It's June right now, so people are trying to run their coolers and get the condensation out of there. So that should bring in, I don't know what that would bring in, maybe 30 bucks. I don't know. That's my best guess. This thing here, what is this? It's an University loudspeaker. Oh, that's a brand, University Loudspeakers Inc. So it's in like old military green. I don't know how old this thing is. Is that green? I can't tell on my lighting here. It's like a greenish brown. But this dial says field or pack set use. So you can do vehicular set use or field. I don't know. So there's that. So that's pretty cool. And it probably works, I can imagine. I don't know how, but I can only imagine maybe a collector wants this. Might sit for a while, but I don't know, I might get 20 bucks for it. Who knows? What is this thing? I don't have any idea what this is. But it's a part number 1014E-12V, made in USA. So if any of you know what any of this stuff is that I can't figure out, leave it in a comment. That'll make my life a little bit easier too. And then I don't have to look it up. You guys can just tell me what it is. What do we got here next? Next we have what brand is this? Weston Instruments. It's an amp meter. And it has the leads on it and everything. Seems like it's a pretty good quality actually. So I might test it out and see if it works. And it probably does. And I don't know if it needs a battery or something, but if it doesn't work, I'm going to take it. There's some screws back here. I can take it apart and see if I can put a battery or something in there. So I don't know how much it would go for, but it seems pretty heavy duty. So, and I think, you know, they don't make things like they used to. So somebody will probably want that. Next, we have a Motorola something or other. There's no model number or markings on it, but there's the output on there, or maybe that's in, I don't know. And then it's got a switch and a dial here, chicken head dial. So I don't know what this thing does, but for this kind of stuff, we'll be using ChatGPT and Google and stuff to figure out what it is and get it listed. So I don't even know, this might not even be the brand. This might be some sort of homemade ham thing. I don't know. Let's see, where are we at on time here? I don't want to take too long. Okay, we're at 7 minutes. Okay. Next, we have these cutters, and I think this goes on your circular saw. I think, I don't know. But yeah, it's a Craftsman brand. So I don't know how much we can get for that, but I've sold similar stuff to this for like 30-40 bucks. So we will see what we get for that. And I think the next video will be me researching this stuff and getting it listed and getting it live on eBay. So next up is an old Zinsco breaker. And believe it or not, the problems these things have, oh, this one's broke anyways. But if you can find them when they're not broke and where these screws aren't backed out and stuff, if you could find them in good condition, they can bring some pretty good money, especially the ones with the higher amperage rating on them. So, or if you find the ones that are, you know, the double switch, whatever. So yeah, they're pretty expensive new in the store, and they're more expensive than the regular ones, and then you can still get pretty good money for them used on eBay. So, and this stuff is making my hands dirty. I should be wearing gloves while I'm doing this. Let's see, what do we have here? Some sort of vector pack system, like some sort of rail system or something. I got a couple loose pieces and then a couple brand new packs. I don't know what they are or what they're for, but maybe somebody will want them out there. Who knows? And then in this little box here, I decided to put this little box in here because it had a bunch of random stuff in it. And it's got a model 22224, Panoma Electrics. I have no idea what this does. So if any of you know, it looks like it's got connections for a lead, for female leads and then male leads. I don't know. And then we got some welding helmet filters. I've sold these before and they do sell, but they don't bring a lot of money. But if you had enough of them, you could sell them for some good money. And there's a couple there. So we'll see what these are worth individually, or just try to list them as a lot and get rid of them. That's what I always try to do. Just get rid of it, even if I have to list it as a lot. Even if this was 10 bucks plus $6-7 shipping, I made $7 after fees. So that's the way I look at it, because eBay's Feebay. All right, I just got a couple items left here on the table. And we have an old carburetor. It's a small one. Looks like it's for a weed eater or a chainsaw. And the bulb feels pretty good on it. It's not rotted out. And it says Japan on it. So that's a good sign that it's quality made. And I don't know if we're going to be able to figure out what it's for. But at least this is something you know that's going to sell. And then last I have on the table here, I have no idea what this thing is, but it's got a bunch of switches on it. And there's some numbers on the switches. There's just a positive and a negative here. I don't know if that's input or output or what the deal is with this. So if anybody knows what that is, feel free to let me know. So that's all I'm going to show you guys for today. I don't want to bore you guys with 300 items today, but yeah, like and subscribe if you want more of this. I'm going to do some stuff with the tubes, and we'll do some videos of testing the tubes later on too. So if you want to see those, just make sure you subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you guys next time.